Alright, so you can see that the cardboard is no longer here. I use those as templates to make these. This is foam board. It's kind of like what you would use for like project board for school. And it's about 1/4 inch thick. And the reason I wanted to use this is because on the bottom of them I got these metal strips with nuts welded on the inside. So because of the thickness of this foam board, I was able to recess those nuts in there. And additionally, these are the aluminum cross pieces that I mentioned. They hold each louver at a 10-degree angle. And I don't know if I covered before, but I actually added 2 nuts on either side on the inside of this cross member, of the inside structure of this thing. So now that these are done, and I also wrapped them with packaging tape because I don't want the epoxy to melt into it, so it should kind of seal it up. Now we're going to carbon fiber wrap this. Alright, so I have the carbon fiber just wrapped around here. It's just got spray tack adhesive that holds it to that board that I showed you earlier, and it's just taped around the back, which I'm going to have to undo later. So what the plan is to resin epoxy or epoxy resin the top half of this thing, let it cure, flip it, remove all the tape, and epoxy resin the fold over, and then laminate the bottom half also. Now here is the 2-part epoxy resin, hardener and resin. Got my pink hair dryer and my gas mask because apparently this is some nasty stuff. I've never dealt with any of this before other than fiberglass resin, so we'll see how this goes. is after the first coat of resin. I really don't know what those lines are, but they happen to show up after the resin was applied. Don't like that. Maybe this will just be the first layer of carbon, and hopefully I'll buy something different and it won't have that in it. Alright, now I'm putting on these little ribs that go across. Just gotta tighten all the bolts up. Also I added these bump stops. Twist so you can adjust the height of your deck lid. So we're gonna get these tightened down and we'll put the louvers on, we'll get it on the car. And here it is all bolted up. I think it turned out pretty good. I still have to wet sand and clear coat them. So the next video we're going to make these trim panels and then we're going to come around and build those quarters up to meet. That's the only thing I was thinking of is I'd like to decrease this gap here, so that's something I may adjust later. So we'll see how it turns out.